Hello, I'm Yves Rechsteiner, looking forward to performing an organ concert at Musa Kawasaki Concert Hall. In the first half of our concert, I will perform music by Johann Sebastian Bach and Maurice Duruflé. I choose several pieces by Bach, a prelude and fugue, in which I will insert a trio sonata in E minor. The prelude, in G major, seems like inspired by the very joyful and orchestral pieces by Vivaldi. The trio sonata, of course, is a very gentle piece inspired by the chamber music written for flute, violin, and bass. The fugue concludes this part of Bach with a very impressive theme and a very nice and impressive development too. By Maurice Duruflé, the French composer who was living in the first half of the 20th century, I will play his famous suite, Opus 5. This suite is a piece in 3 movements. It begins with a prelude. It begins in a very dark and soft atmosphere, builds up to a very impressive crescendo, and ends in a very peaceful mood. Second movement, the Sicilienne, looks like being inspired by the Baroque dance, very gentle piece showing a lot of different colors of the organ. And of course the famous toccata at the end of this suite. This toccata is written in a kind of piano style, very brilliant, with a very male and impressive theme in the pedal. This theme comes all along this toccata to a very impressive and brilliant ending. In the second half of our concert, we chose the program together with Takana Miyamoto. The challenge was to mix and blend together the world of jazz music and classical music. So after discussion, we came to a very original choice of pieces of music. The first will be a piece by Pat Metheny, the American guitar player. His piece called Minuano will choose a very nice blending of piano and organ together, leaving to Takana a nice chorus improvised part in the middle of the piece. Many times with Pat Metheny, you have a piece which begins very soft, and with the same theme, it builds up to a very brilliant ending. After Metheny, we will play our version of Pictures of an Exhibition by Mussorgsky. So we will not take the original piece by Mussorgsky as it is, but we will do a little bit like the pop group Emerson, Lake and Palmer, who made themselves their own versions, choosing some parts, leaving others out, and making a new version of these Pictures of an Exhibition. We will do the same, trying to show the best of the piano and the organ together. And finally, Takana suggested that we could perform the famous Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. A very challenging idea. Of course, Takana will play the very brilliant and virtuoso piano parts, and I will try to summarize on the organ the whole orchestra of George Gershwin, keeping, of course, the most important of this music, the rhythm and the energy. I will perform on the very nice Kuhn organ of the concert hall, an instrument built in 2004, inspired half by the model of Baroque German organs, the instruments that Bach used for his music, and also the French symphonic organ that is very famous through the instruments of Cavaillé-Coll, who inspired all the music of Franck, Vierne, and Widor. This instrument, therefore, will be very good to perform the first part of our concert with music of Bach and Maurice Duruflé. But it will be also very nice and challenging for me to mix all these stops, the 71 colors of this organ, to the piano of Takana Miyamoto. A first experience for me to blend these different sounds to the dynamic of the percussive piano instrument. So we will try to make the best of it, even using these special Japanese stops which are on this Kuhn organ, the Sho stop, which is available, and also the shakuhachi, which I will try to use in some of the pieces of the second half of our program. Very much looking forward to play this instrument one more time next concert in Kawasaki.